Imagine this: a prisoner of war camp, tall watchtowers, barbed wire cutting the sky, rusty iron gates. Inside, thousands of starving, exhausted Allied soldiers. Outside, silence. Then, suddenly, the ground begins to shake, not from artillery, not from bombing, but from steel giants moving at full speed. This is the moment when General George S. Patton's tanks smashed through Nazi POW camp gates, and German guards realized something terrifying. The war was over, and they were on the losing side. During World War II, Nazi Germany operated over 15,000 POW camps. These camps held American soldiers, British soldiers, French resistance fighters, Polish and Soviet troops. Conditions were brutal: food shortages, disease, forced labor, constant humiliation. German guards were trained to believe the prisoners are defeated men. Germany will win the war. But by 1944 to 45, reality was very different. Supplies were gone. Allied forces were advancing fast, and fear had replaced confidence. A German guard stands in a watchtower. He raises his binoculars. At first, dust clouds, then moving shadows, then unmistakable steel shapes. The guard shouts, "Panzer! 9, Amerikanische Panzer!" Another guard whispers, "My God, it's Patton." The radio crackles. No response. No orders from Berlin. No air support. An officer mutters, "Command has collapsed." Among German soldiers, one name caused instant fear: General George S. Patton. German intelligence reports warned, if Patton is attacking, expect no delay and no mercy. Patton's strategy was simple: move fast, hit hard. Never stop, German officers told their men. If Patton appears on the horizon, prepare to retreat. For POW camp guards, Patton meant one thing: liberation was coming. German sergeant, "We are not dying here for a prison camp." Young guard, "Their tanks will crush the gates." Officer, shouting, "Hold your positions." Another guard quietly says, "Patton never slows down, not even for prisoners." One sentence spreads fear through the camp. "Der Krieg ist vorbei." The war is over. Patton's lead tank moves forward. The commander gives one order: straight through. Boom! The iron gates explode inward. German guards react differently. Some drop their rifles, some run into nearby forests, some raise their hands immediately. One guard falls to his knees. Please, the war is finished. Inside the camp, men scream, men cry, men collapse to the ground. An American POW whispers, "We're free. We survived." German guards stand silently. One prisoner looks at them and says, "You lost." Not with anger, but with truth. Liberations like this destroyed Germany's POW system, crushed remaining Nazi morale. Accelerated the end of the war, Patton later said, "We didn't just break gates, we broke fear." When German guards saw Patton's tanks, they didn't just see machines, they saw the end of lies, the collapse of fear, the return of hope. Because power isn't just weapons, power is courage. power is belief. Power is freedom. If you found this story meaningful, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Because history isn't just the past. History is a warning. By the time Patton's tanks reached POW camps, German guards already knew a dark truth. There was nowhere left to run. The Eastern Front had collapsed. The Western Front was flooding with Allied armor. The Luftwaffe barely existed. Many guards were. Older men, teenagers, or wounded soldiers pulled back from the front. One guard reportedly said, "We guarded prisoners while the real war passed us by. Now it has found us." The camps were never meant to be defended against tanks. They were built to control helpless men, not stop an army. As American tanks approached these camps, Patton's soldiers saw something unforgettable. Behind the wire, skeleton-like figures, men waving rags instead of flags, faces that didn't look real anymore. One U.S. tanker later said, "I had fought Germans before, but I had never seen suffering like that." Patton ordered, "Open the gates immediately. Medical units first, food second, justice later." As tanks rolled closer, guards faced impossible choices: fight and die run, and be hunted surrender, and face judgment. One officer reportedly said, "If we fire even one shot, they will erase us." Many guards removed insignia. Some burned documents. Some changed into civilian clothes. One guard whispered, "Maybe if we surrender quietly, we live." In earlier years, a German officer's word was law. But now, radios were silent. Command chains were broken. Berlin was a ghost. An officer shouted, "Hold your posts!" No one moved. A guard replied, "There is no Reich left to defend." This wasn't mutiny. This was collapse. Survivors often described one sound: tank engines. Not gunfire, not explosions, engines. One POW said, "That sound meant tomorrow existed." As the tank stopped, American soldiers jumped down. No speeches, no celebration, just action. Patton was not a sentimental man, but camps changed him. In his diary, he wrote about seeing emaciated prisoners, death everywhere, guards pretending ignorance. He reportedly said, "Anyone who says they didn't know is lying." Patton ordered, "Bring local civilians, make them see this." Once captured, guards were separated. Some claimed, "We only followed orders." Others said nothing. American officers documented everything: names, ranks, duties. Some guards later stood trial. Others disappeared into history. One former guard later admitted, "When the tanks arrived, I knew judgment had come." Freedom didn't feel real. Prisoners slept on the ground, afraid the gates might close again. Some refused food. Their bodies couldn't handle it. One man said, "I was free, but my mind was still trapped." Liberation was not an ending. It was a beginning. Other generals advanced carefully. Patton did not. German intelligence called him the Unstoppable One. They knew he would not negotiate, he would not wait, he would not retreat. For guards, Patton meant no time to prepare. These liberations taught the world Camps cannot stay hidden forever. Power collapses faster than it appears. Fear fails against determination. German guards didn't lose because they were weak. They lost because the system was rotten.